Hello everyone, so my name is MAIYA and I am an after sales manager. I'm just here to talk about daily checks that we have to do on our vehicles. I have made a flyer, it will be shared also just to help us to remember the checks that we need to do. And then there is common dashboard warning lights. It may vary according to your specific model. And when we have to look about or think about dashboard warning lights, we need to remember the robots as well, because the orange ones is not so critical, and then the red you need to stop. So if there's a red light that flashes on your dash, please make sure that you stop your vehicle, and then you need to have it checked for assessment. Okay, so then we have a check it there at the right hand corner of the flyer. You remember it by forces. F for fuel. If you're planning to go somewhere, you need to check your fuel gauge. So you cannot just get into your car and decide that I'm going to Okahanja right now when the range or the mileage that you have for your fuel is about 20 kilometers. You will have a breakdown. Okay, and then for O is oil. That means you need to check your engine oil level. And as I said, that I advise strongly against having your oil changed at the fuel filling station, because those guys that are there, their job is to fill your car with fuel. They can check your tire pressure, they can do all that, but you run the risk of it being overfilled and possibly also having them put in the wrong oil grade. Okay, because the car models, the service intervals are made to run from service to service, unless your vehicle is being used for in the commercial purposes, which means that you are probably having a truck and then you are driving long distances. But if you're using it for your day-to-day, getting to work, getting to the shop, your oil is supposed to last from the time that you get it serviced and to the next service as well. The only other need that you will need to replace your top up your oil is when you have an oil leak. How do you check for an oil leak? After you have parked your car for overnight and you have moved it, you will see a mark on the floor, in the garage floor or wherever that you have parked. Then that is an indication of an oil leak. And then on to the next one, which is rubbers. That is your tires. Just down below the check it list on the flyer, you will see there is tire specifications, I will call them, yes, that you will see your tires. That is for you to know your tire size. You give those numbers on your tires, you'll see them there. And on that as well, just check that your tire is not flat. You walk around the vehicle and you just make sure that the tire is not running flat on the rim as well. The next one is coolant or cooling fluid in your vehicle. The coolant helps to cool down the vehicle's engine. So when you check for your coolant, you have an expansion tank on your vehicle. It has two markings, one for minimum and one for maximum. Always ensure that it is just above or just on the mark of the maximum. The other thing that you can also check for coolant leakages is also when you have parked your vehicle, same with the oil, you will see water dripping or you will see water around your vehicle. And the other one that is also important, please do not mix up the two. Your air conditioning system also has gas that leaks out, and usually there is a breather pipe that releases droplets of water. And then that comes in a usually greenish color or a clear looking color. Then the other one is electrics. Electrics is you need to check for your headlights, for all the electrical components on your vehicle that are crucial to it operating. If you're going to drive at night, you need to have your lights working. And then the last final check that you do is screen washers. This is you checking the level of windscreen wash in your vehicle. There is a tank there, and if it's empty, that you can fill up yourself. You just need to add a few drops of dishwashing liquid in that acts as a lubricant so your wipers do not scratch your windscreen. And then on that as well, for the S, you need to remember your spare wheel and jack when you are going out to a trip, because you cannot afford to have a flat tire and you do not have a jack or a spare wheel. Okay. I think this is where we're ending with this one. I have brought a kit for me as a lady. It's very cute. I got it from Avon. It has a few necessary items there. It has my sockets. It has extension, a measuring tape, and 2 screwdrivers, a flat and a star. They call it a star, Phillips. In other words, I usually carry a rag in my car. That is very important if you need to wipe away something. And also it is very important for you when you're checking your oil levels in your car. You can wipe it off. Then a must-have. You cannot not do without this one. Every vehicle is equipped with one. It's in your glove box usually. This bag contains of your service book that the dealership or the mechanic usually stamps and takes notes of what service has been done on your vehicle. And then this is your lifesaver. It will also save you some money if you go through this. I know we do not necessarily take time to read, but the owner's manual helps you a lot. This is where you have all your buttons on your vehicle explained, what they mean and what they are for. It also is a place where you can find how to replace your bulb, how to replace your battery, what to check for when the vehicle is doing that. I have so many buttons also in my car that I did not know what they meant, that I do not use on a daily basis, but I just went back here to also see what they are for. And on another thing as well, the card that I had made is a universal language for warning lights. In your own manual, you will find all the warning lights that are specific to your vehicle model and type. Okay, so we're going to go outside and have a demonstration of just a few checks that we're going to do. And then I hope that is going to be very helpful. Thank you. Okay, so when you're doing inspections on your vehicles, you need to understand all vehicle models are different, but the concept is generally the same. So I'm going to do an inspection on a VW right here. And what we do is we need to open the bonnet. So on some cars, the bonnet opener is on your left-hand side, and on some it's on the right. For this specific one, it's on my right. You will hear a popping sound when I open it. There's a lever that you pull inside here. There, it popped. So there's a lever here, a door lock that locks it. So you push it up and then you pull and open it. Okay, for safety's sake, I'm holding a mic, so thank you for the hand. I will pull this up and lock it there because you do not want it to fall on you. So that is secured. That's what I was talking about, the lock here. You pull the lever to open it because that hooks into this place to keep it locked. So this is my cloth. As I said, we need to keep one handy. This is going to be used as I'm going to check the engine oil level. So to start off, just a little bit of introduction. This is your engine. This is your oil filler cap. This is where you put in your engine oil. This is your dipstick. This is the one that indicates to you where your level is for the engine oil. This is your expansion tank, your coolant level. The maximum and minimum that I was talking about earlier on are right there. They are indicated. This is then your wiper wash for your windscreen. It's a tank there that you put your water in. This is for your brake fluid. So your brake fluid reservoir. And now I'm going to look at the engine oil level that you can look at yourself. You start off by initially pulling out the dipstick and then you clean it. You clean off all the excess oil that is there so that you can have an accurate reading. On the dipstick, you will have marks there. Your oil level should be on that mark. It means that it is full, and if it's anywhere below that, you need to top up. Please be sure that you know what your oil grade is on your engine so that you do not mix up the different grades. Okay. So I pull it back out very slowly. You can hold it skew, and then you see there is your oil mark. The engine oil is okay for this specific check. I am happy with it. So we're going around the car again. This you open by twisting the cap. You it. Need to be very strong for this. When I close a Coke bottle at home, my sisters usually bring it back and said I've used with my mechanic hands. and then you fill it up to the maximum level. You fill it up with normal water. If you need to add more water, if it was below here, then you would need antifreeze as well, because the antifreeze's purpose is to cool off the engine on the water system. So when you close this, you need to hear a clicking sound to make sure that you have securely locked it. It will click now. I'm going to use my other hand, stronger. There, it clipped in. So that is check your brake fluid level. You check it as well. If it's in there, then you just need to top it up. It's usually, they also write it for you here, .4. So that is the grade there, what it means. And then the wiper wash tank, you just a clip. You open it, and then you fill it up, and then you put a little bit of dishwashing liquid in. That acts as a lubricant so that you do not scratch your windscreen, and then you have unnecessary marks. This is your battery, your negative terminal, and then your positive terminal. Here to check it, you unclip it off, and then you clip it back on. So how you remove this, you first remove your negative terminal, and then your positive. When you put it back, you use the positive first, and then the negative last. I gave, there is a website, willard.co.za. That is a very good website if you are unsure of what your battery size is. It also tells you how to replace it, but you will need to fill in your vehicle details, your make and model, and the year that it was made. Okay, so this is the tires that I was talking about. This is a very good tire to have. You can see it's not flat. If it's flat, you would see that it drops over, and you will see the distance from the ground to the rim is smaller than usual. Then you'll see that it's deflated. It needs to be pumped. Otherwise, take it to a tire repair shop so they can check it out for you. It can be repaired very cheaply. Here is your cap, your door for the fuel cap that you need to put your fuel in. You usually pull a lever inside there, and then you just open it, and then it opens, and then the guys can fill it up. So you guys are very fortunate. This is my sister's car. She has in here jumper cables, which is very necessary. In case you have a breakdown, you need to be jump started. And then you have your manual pump here. You put it onto the tire, and then you pump it. As I said, your tire ranges from 190 to 220 kilopascals. That is the reading that they make for the air. This is your jack. You mount this on your chassis when you have to change the tire. Please do not mount it on the plastic portion because you are going to damage it. If you lie down under there, or if the car was lifted in the air, I would show you, but it will be a metal piece right next to your tire, and that is where you put it so that it can, so that you can lift the car. But before you lift up the car, you need to loosen the nuts first. You have a special lock nut that is usually in your car as well, because it's different. There is an anti-theft system that they put in so that nobody can open it. But first, before you check up the car, you need to loosen the nuts, because you will not be able to get them loose if you lift it up without loosening the nut. Then you can fully remove the nut once the car is lifted up. Okay, I think I've covered most of the checks and things, that hinters and pointers that you need to look at and be aware of. Thank you very much for listening.